Hello
everyone! Welcome back to another Thursday stream. It is your friendly neighbor Luka.
And it's your guy Gimmick. Nice to see you everybody and welcome back to Just Chatty.
If it's your first time here, Just Chatty is our bi-monthly podcast stream where we get to talk with you, the community, about different in-game topics, so that way we can, kind of write it down and send them over to the devs and hopefully, see some changes, because the more we talk about things, the more likely we will see those changes in the future.
So I've got my handy notebook here, so I'll be writing down as much feedback as I can to send back to you.
And does everyone else have their name tags today?
Yeah.
I want to make sure you all have your name tags. But yeah, so let's move right along into our first topic, which is PvE, my personal favorite. Also, congrats, Robert, on moving out on your own. That is always a grand adventure.
Congratulations and best of luck on your journey.
I remember when I first moved out of my parents' place. I mean, it was for college, so I guess it was pretty early for me. But yeah, good luck. It's pretty fun. It can be kind of scary because, I don't know about you, but my mom's cooking was so good. I did miss her cooking a lot.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah. So the first topic I do want to talk about is Ancient Inheritance Season 6. I know Ancient Inheritance was a while ago, everyone, so just pull from your memory banks how you felt about Ancient Inheritance Season 6. I know one of the topics that came up a lot, or at least I saw a lot, was the maps.
Yeah.
The maps for Ancient Inheritance this season was very inefficient.
Yeah, the map was, it was a little confusing from what I've heard from a lot of the community, that it was just such a large map and really it was hard to navigate. Like, I think many of us communicate with our guild to say, where do we go? Where's the right place to go? And it felt just a lot of wandering for a little bit.
Yeah, had to wait, right? We had to wait for the top guilds to create all the little maps for us. So yeah, to find out what the most efficient way was, but we will note that down, don't you worry. And yeah, the rewards for AI always tend to be pretty good. And one of the things that we kind of talked about before was the sets. We had the attack set as well as the crit set.
Yes.
Set. And I know one of the major complaints was that it was on an attack set, which is a pretty niche equipment set that not too many people use. But I feel like for any beginning player, having an attack set is really useful.
Definitely.
And I still use it on some of my PvE units, right? And as 88 gear, having any kind of 88 gear, pretty good.
I do agree, yeah. I think that, who am I using attack set on right now? Mainly my SSB, right? Just for Wyvern, but yeah.
I have attack set on, I believe my Chlorina, one of my SSBs, on my Clarissa, I think, too. I have it on a lot of my PvE units. Oh, maybe Sermia as well, actually. So I actually use attack set on a lot of my PvE units, though I know as a PvP set, it's not as widely used.
Definitely not. A lot more niche. Some people are saying, yeah, attack set's a little bit underused, and for the beginner players who might benefit off of it, they might not be playing Ancient Inheritance because they might not be in a guild that's high enough to get through all the levels, which, it's completely understandable.
Yeah, and here's the thing, though. I think this was kind of the first time where the set stats were really, really honed in on really what it was. So, attack set DPS, and they took out the effectiveness and effect resistance. So I think that could be a pretty good sign for future sets, being more specific, right? So if it's meant to be maybe a more Soul Weaver piece, they'll make it the stats to be more Soul Weaver-like, or to be more kind of bruisery. Yeah. Where, in a way, we take out a little bit more of the quote-unquote inefficient stats, right?
Yeah. I think some people were saying, I think I saw someone asking for pen set. That's also a very good specific set. What are the other? There's been a lot of really good sets though from Ancient Heritage seasons.
I mean, pen set would be great, but that is like a 2 set.
It is a 2-piece, but so is
Right?
crit. So
Yeah. So what would be for? I mean, speed. Speed is
set-
always nice.
Has there been a speed set yet for Ancient Heritage? I'm not sure.
I don't remember.
The ones that I remember the most, I think, are Destro, Lifesteal, and Injury. Right?
Yeah, injury was kind of nice.
The Injury was great. That's how I built my Alencia.
No, same.
Yeah, just right on her.
So yeah, I mean, moving on to our next topic, we are gonna be talking about the side story. Okay, finally summer break. We talked about this a little bit last week, but I do want to talk about it with the community. And I know it's another cooking one.
Yes.
It is another cooking side story, and I did see some people last time kind of talking about it feels like a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot of tapping.
It can be a lot of tapping. I mean, if you got fast fingers, I think it's okay. But I think that there's a lot to be said about getting through a side story, especially one that isn't just sitting in the side story selector. But I will say that, funny enough, you know, the main character for this one, Summer Break Charlotte, awesome for farming the early stages because she just sweeps through everything.
Yeah, and it is an 88 ring, I
That
believe.
is true, yes.
So,
88.
I mean, 88 gear, always nice to have, always nice to have.
Mhm.
So, I mean, I do want to ask, it's fun having kind of like new mechanics in the side story, right? When we first had it be a cooking one, it's like, ooh, this is kind of cool.
Yeah.
Or kind of like the volleyball one where it's like, ooh, first time, it's kind of cool. I feel like what would be nice to have in a side story, you know, that's new. Right?
Rhythm game.
Huh?
Rhythm games.
A rhythm
You guys have,
game.
you know, good rhythm, right?
I don't know how I feel about that. I feel like, I mean, I guess. I mean, that would be new.
It would be new.
That would be new.
Volleyball was the best in your opinion? I like the volleyball one too. That was really fun.
Dance E7
Oh, that'd be great with the little chibis too.
with like, that would be kind of sick.
That'd
Not
be
gonna
really fun.
lie. Basketball. Oh, so like a, you know, you like toss it, or like a golf, like
Ooh, yeah,
like
yeah,
a
yeah.
trajectory based.
Yeah.
I guess that would be kind of cool. I feel like it would make the side stories a little bit longer,
hmm
but I feel like it'd be kind of fun.
I think it'd be pretty fun.
Uh-huh.
Or pet battle. There's so many different ways we can approach it.
Ooh, incorporating your pets in a more like fun way.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be cool. Card matching. We haven't done card matching
Ooh, that's
before.
right. Cool puzzles.
Well, so technically, we do have that puzzle side story where
That is true.
you click on the puzzle, but maybe like an actual where you know, fit
Fit the
together
pieces. Yeah,
or
yeah,
something,
yeah.
or like you have to solve riddles.
That could be pretty fun. I think there actually have been a few
Yeah,
riddle
like
ones.
riddle ones where you
Yeah.
kind of have to. I think the Nadalon side story.
Yeah, the one with Hua Young, right?
What
Or-
was no
It had Hua Young and Peira
And Lua?
and
no
not in Lua,
the
but
Nadalon side story.
it had that one 5-star, the artifact that many people.
Seal.
Yeah, Seal of Capture. That was
Yes.
that one. Yeah.
That one.
Where they had to find the right weakness.
The monk story. Yeah, the one with like 3. Oh, okay, the Huayang
Was
one.
Hua Young,
Yeah.
That's right.
I think we also had it in like the Vivian side story where you kind of needed to get the clues to figure it out. So I guess.
There
Yeah.
are some trivia ones. Those are pretty fun though.
And okay, so I don't know about you, but this is like the first time of the new web event. Chat, have you checked out the new web event yet? It's where you click around to touch one of the pieces, and if you get the right piece, you'll get the like reward right away.
Yeah.
And instead of collecting over time, you kind of just get it right away if you're lucky.
Right.
Personally, I kind of don't like how I have to get the unequip right away.
Yeah.
Just because I just collected my, my unequip
From the last
one.
Yeah.
So yeah. I mean, even if you haven't gotten it yet, just seeing kind of what the style of this one is like new. And although, yeah, I like to hoard it. Although, if they made it kind of like an unlimited timing,
Yeah.
that would be kind of nice.
If it could sit in your inventory, right? Kind of like how the buffs one, the buff scrolls work. I think it'd be great.
Oh, yeah, that would be nice. Where it's, okay, yeah, either extended, where you can, it's for a longer period, or for like an unlimited period. I think 100 days is a lot more reasonable, where you could put, you know, a cap. But yeah, I kind of wish for at least this specific web event to have more time, because
Yeah.
I was like, maybe we're, you know, maybe it'll be changed. And I looked at it, it was 6 days left to claim, you know. So what do you click on? So when you go into your events tab, it's the
Luka's summer preparation event.
Yeah, preparation event.
Yeah.
And then once you do like your 20 runs, you can collect the little tickets, and then you use those tickets to go into a, what do you call that?
It's like a guest tile thing.
Yeah, guest tile. You click on a tile. If you get the correct tile, you get the prize right away. If you don't get the right tile, then you'll get some other prize.
Yeah, which are usually like the charms, gold, energy, you know, some pretty nice stuff. But if you get the reward, right, it pops that right into your mailbox, and it starts you on the next one. So.
Yeah, and part 2 of the next gear event starts in 11 days, I believe.
Yes. So. Get
Would
your
you
gear
believe
collection.
I still haven't?
You haven't? You gotta go. You gotta move, Luka. Move.
I'm almost there.
That's good. Yeah, I bum rushed on mine because I needed my Arabi helmet so badly.
But yeah, so moving on, we are going to be now talking about PvP.
All right, all your favorite parts.
And welcome back. They said they started Epic 7 2.5 weeks ago, and they are enjoying it. I'm really happy you're back. Welcome back.
Welcome on back.
But yeah, okay. So the next topic I do want to talk about is E7WC.
Yes, E7WC time.
It is coming back. And Chat, I do want to ask you, will you be, you know, wanting to compete? Will you be competing in the E7WC preliminaries?
Are you gonna try? Yeah. Are you gonna be doing it? I think.
Of course, I'm just gonna have to win, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's all the way or no way.
I'll see you in Grands then.
Yeah. So we'll see how that goes. But so right now we are in a like preliminary trial period where you get to test out the new mode before having the like actual application period, because right now it's weird because they call it preliminaries.
Yeah.
But it's like a preliminary where it doesn't count. So that's kind of weird.
Yeah, and so for those who aren't aware, we did change the round system. If you viewed the Conqueror's Cup a couple weeks ago, you would see how that works. Basically, when you go into your match for round mode, you'll start the match by doing your 2 preliminary bans as usual, but your post ban from that match then gets turned into your next pre-ban. So rather than every single round you do a new pre-ban, it will just take that post ban from that previous match. And this helps because I think a lot of players can say, oh, you know, I don't know what they have built unless I'm doing a target ban. So if they pull out this one hero and I ban them, great, they're out for the rest of the set. So I think it has its ups and downs, but we want to get your thoughts on that as well, aside from just participating in the prelims.
Yeah, so the auto ban second round is intended, right? So it's kind of a way so you don't have to guess, but I guess it also is unfortunate because let's say someone from the enemy team, while you're battling, is really strong, then you don't get to kind of force ban that now.
That is true.
Right? You're only force banning the one from before.
So it has its give and take, but yeah, let us know what you think.
Yeah, at least I feel like it is a guarantee that you know that this unit is built. Right?
Which is pretty big, yeah. Sometimes, you know, when you're going into normal RT, you're just like, all right, here are 2 heroes that I just kind of don't want to deal with. But if I really know, okay, they have this hero built, I want them out because I know they're probably throwing all their gear into it, right? So.
But yeah, I mean, I'm seeing someone saying they don't like it. Has anyone else tried out the new mode and what your thoughts are? Because this is very like brand new.
Yeah.
Right?
Very, very new.
Oh, and we're doing a poll right now, and I'm seeing I'm more of a PvE player. That's right. That's right.
Gang.
PvE gamers unite.
Very nice.
That is very interesting, I will say, especially on Twitch side.
Yeah. Because we usually hear a lot of PvP players. But and a lot of players apparently are in their training arc as well.
Wow, I like this even spread.
Very even on YouTube. Yeah, 29 for everyone.
But yeah, the PvP they got to, and it's hard to, yeah, I mean, gear comes.
Yeah.
I feel like the more you play, the more you grind, it will come. But I will say, you know, even though you have the resources, sometimes it's hard, right? Which is why I feel like being a PvE gamer is pretty nice.
It is pretty nice.
Because it's not as stressful. I mean, okay, I don't know about you, or I don't know if there's anyone else who's like a PvE player, but I definitely feel like it is a lot less stressful.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I participate more in PvE than I do PvP, and I think that when I'm just farming or just taking care of stuff as my daily, it's nice, it's peaceful, but and then it's like, oh, I gotta start working about Nightmare Labyrinth and get all my expos, and that's like, ooh, man, I need to get all that going. But oh, I'm a collector. My favorite. Okay, yeah, I think a lot of people can be like hero collectors and just enjoy the game experience for what it is.
Okay, but are you a collector of everyone, or you know, like a waifu collector, a husbando collector? But yeah, the new pre-ban is to modify ban data, so we won't see what people really want to. Ooh, okay, that. Well, I mean, you still get your 2 pre-bans.
Yeah.
Your initial 2 pre-bans. So, I mean, that I feel like wouldn't be too much of a change, right? But yeah. So, I mean, speaking of World Arena, I do want to talk about the frenzy changes.
Yes.
Right? We took away mage speed, and right now it's just frenzy starts at 7 turns instead of 8. Prefer to be an active player. Oh, Chora with the wisdom.
Dang.
Okay, with the wisdom. An active player, neither PvP nor PvE.
Just a login.
Wow.
I like that. But yeah, I've heard a lot of discussion about the new frenzy changes. I think that there was some discussion about how it affects people who play bruisers a lot, because even starting 1 turn earlier can mean a lot. Because if you think about opening characters, right, who have extra turns and who set up a lot of skills, you might not be able to use your bruiser character until they're already at minus 5% HP, right? Which can be tough.
And that's unfortunate for us non-cleavers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Our mid-speed players. Woohoo.
Yeah. Yeah, it is really interesting with the new RTA frenzy. And I am seeing, you know, kind of a lot of sentiment towards it. So, I mean, hopefully, because it is still kind of, you know, we're in preseason, that changes could still happen. So, yeah, last time I think we kind of talked about, okay, so what kind of frenzy changes would you want to see, right? One of the major things that we kind of talked about last time regarding the frenzy changes was, instead of it being a free stat, you know, like speed, or we had some other.
We did
solar
speed,
right?
main speed, yeah.
And instead of a free stat, to do an actual game mechanics, like, I mean, people. This is just an example, but like when you defeat an enemy, you get, you know, CR push, or some sort of mechanic, right? Rather than just a free stat.
Yeah. Like, free people. Someone just said it. Free Sasha Thanes, or I think some people were saying like, oh yeah, maybe certain rangers could get stealth turn 1, right? So that nobody has to rely on
Guiding Light.
I wish frenzy change for 3-star stats overall. It would be meta defining. I think that's pretty interesting, but we also have to think about the already very strong 3 stars.
Pre-extinction.
Yeah, like what is it? Adventure Ross, you have Adin, you have Arrowell, right? So if we want to add even more stats to them, we got to think about that a little bit, right?
Yeah, and I mean, okay, we are now talking about kind of balances, right? And I do want to talk about, we'll talk about the balance changed heroes first, since we are talking about it anyway, right? And so this balance patch, Okay, we had Little Queen Charlotte, Spirit Eye Celine, Jacko, Summer Break Charlotte, Sharoon, and Arunka, and Assassin Cartuja.
A lot of changes this season, and plus the artifacts too. If I remember correctly here, starting off with Little Queen Charlotte, mainly just more damage versus Dark Elemental. So when she uses her S3, it adds a little bit more impact when fighting against Dark units. Celine got extra lifesteal on her skill 1 when she procs, and she also has a 100% proc during her possession. Jacko, she now, instead of pushing the team, pushes herself 30% when somebody has a status effect on the other team. Karin is now a 100% chance for a random debuff. Her S3 damage is buffed, and she pushes when killing with S3. Summer Break Charlotte starts with a dual attack, has extra crit chance. Her skill 3 now uses Fighting Spirit, penetrates defense, and now cleanses tied to the S3. Sharoon has a longer barrier when she gives her barrier, so 1 turn to 2. Different buffs also applied, and S3 reduces turns by 2 turns instead of 1. Arunka has more barrier damage, and Cartuja now gives the entire team more evasion, and his S1 is a proc. His imprint is now effectiveness for himself, and he also has his EE that increases his evasion even more. So, given all of that, what are we thinking about the heroes?
Yeah, I mean, I know apparently, Jacko is running a little rampant. Okay. But it's just like, I do feel like we do see more of these other units as well.
Definitely.
Right? And I feel like a lot of people at first, when the changes were announced, like in the balance preview, people were kind of thinking this balance patch is just not that great. And then once it came out, people were like, oh, wait a second. Now that we get to actually try them out, Arunka is doing way more damage. Like she's doing kind of what people wanted her to do. And like Little Queen Charlotte also kind of doing for those players where Little Queen Charlotte would just barely not hit that mark, are now able to do what they wanted her to do. So I mean, yeah, I feel like overall the balance patch itself was very nice.
It was, yeah. I mean, for me, I really loved Summer Break Charlotte when she released. I tried to make her work as best I could. This was right before I really started getting into PvP, so I tried my best to to make it work, and then now that she's out, I am using her left and right for PvP especially. Using her in Flag Arena is the most satisfying thing ever, and it's very fun to use her. So personally, very, very happy about those changes, but I know a lot of people have different thoughts about every character. I know that a lot of people as well were big fans of Summer Break Charlotte for PvE, so the changes to her cleanse was a little bit different too.
But yeah, I mean, I'm reading it kind of shifting out now, but it was saying how this, the balance patch wasn't necessarily like super OP, but it is kind of pushing one specific playstyle. But I mean, I feel like the previous balance patch 2 was able to help bring in a little bit more of that kind of like tank down, like slower play-ish playstyle, and then this one kind of ramps it back up again.
There was definitely a lot of discussion about how the pace of battle definitely goes. Yeah, some people were saying that last patch pushed aggro as well. I think what a lot of people say is that Last Rider Crow, with the damage that he deals now, actually pushes it more towards aggro. So yeah, as they're saying, right, LRK wasn't tank down, he was the aggro buff. So we'll have to see how the pacing works, and then putting that on top of Frenzy, right? So there's a lot of people who are saying that it's very aggressive right now. So gotta crank out the speed gear.
Yeah, it's speed or die, and if, for us turn 2 players, it's getting a little rough.
Yeah.
But I mean, I feel like the changes that we kind of would have to see to help the meta, right? How would we be able to slow it back down a little bit, right? Because it's going so fast at the moment, but is it kind of like a do or die? You gotta either catch up or you don't.
Vote for speed percent substat. Oh no.
That would be wild.
That would be chaotic instantly. Your flat 24 speed doesn't mean anything anymore.
But yeah, I mean, I know some of the things that we've talked about in terms of balance is maybe we should have more heroes on the balance patch or more frequent balance patches. Though I will say, you know, as we get balances every other month, kind of at the moment, right? Just about. And I think having them more frequently might be kind of difficult because, you know, I'm not a dev, right? But how you have to think about it and how it could kind of like affect the, you know, game and things like that. I would rather just have more units on the balance patches, right?
Yeah.
Rather than having it too often.
Yeah. Someone
Right?
saying bi-weekly.
Bi-weekly? Oh my goodness.
Not the twice a week one, right? Just where smaller patches, maybe once every 2 weeks. I mean, pacing is such a difficult thing, right?
Mm-hmm. It definitely is, and sometimes, you know, I wish I was a dev so I could understand the time that it takes to do these kinds of things, right? Nerf the right side.
True, actually.
Ooh, create a unit that disables defense penetration.
Counters to counters are very, very interesting.
That's a very a mechanic to counter another mechanic.
And then you create a mechanic to counter that mechanic, to then counter that mechanic, and we just keep going.
Yeah. Also, more balance patches would mean harder RTA for newer players, right? Because if we're having a balance patch, let's say every other week,
Yeah.
right? Then people who are coming in to play the game, it's always changing.
Yeah.
Too much change.
And we also have to think about some characters again. Let's take the SBC argument again, where they might have a hero that's great for PvE, and then they come back and they're like, "What happened to my character?" Right?
Oh.
So
Give them time to do the math, okay? Because if it's too often, and one little thing is off, then yeah.
yeah, it's definitely very tough. Some people are saying 3 bans as well. Lots of changes that could be made. Yeah.
See, but then again, the argument is for newer players, you ban a total of 6 characters. That's like your entire unit pool. I know when I started, when I was playing the game, I only had maybe like 6 units to play with.
I had my Wyvern team.
Yeah. But okay, so I've seen this a few times now. Okay, I have seen a few times of people mentioning nerfs. Okay, and I mean, nerfs is a very controversial topic in this community, I feel like. But who knows? Maybe if we keep trying to push it again, and we can try, like, we can, you know, bring in nerfs again.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of discussion that can be made.
Yeah, it's a controversial topic. People who have been in the community for a while can understand why it's controversial, right? And yeah, do soft nerfs. Yeah.
It's so finicky, right? There's so much, like, you have to balance for less. Balance, but
yeah, exactly. I mean,
balance.
It's a balancing act.
It is a balancing act.
And it's hard.
Definitely is.
But yeah, so okay, you know, while we are talking about units, I do want to talk about some other ones that were recently released, right? I want to talk about Twisted Eidolon Karin, Abigail, and Last Piece Karin right now.
All right, let's get that started then. So yeah, let's talk about Twisted Eidolon Karin. So
I know people want buffs. Okay, I know people want him buffed. Okay, we have that written down. Okay, we're passing that on. Don't you worry.
Why is Gimmick's name tag upside down? I can read it.
Technically, it's not upside down for him.
I can read it. It's fine. Don't worry about that.
I know, you know, one of the biggest things about ML Karin is like he takes way too long to ramp up.
It definitely takes a lot of time to ramp up. So what I hear a lot of people talk about is the change in fighting spirit, right? But I think that what a lot of people don't think about is like when he builds up to skill 3, right, with full fighting spirit and he has rage, that is 10,000 fixed damage we're talking about. Not even on hit, just 10,000 fixed damage. So if people are saying to have him scale more, or like to scale faster, right? That's a little too dangerous, I think. Oh, it does nothing. Yeah, if it misses, you don't do damage. Okay.
Yeah,
But
yeah. It's got to hit.
It's got to hit, but still, regardless, 10k fixed is huge.
Yeah.
Right.
But I mean, I guess like one of the things, especially in this current meta, right? It's like, yeah, he takes too long in this current meta. But, you know, there's other ways that we could probably balance him in a way where he can be usable. And kind of like what Tristan is saying, that if we make him faster, it would be, you know, way too crazy, right?
I think a lot of people are saying that he needs a little bit more bulk. I think that what it is, I think he gives himself a barrier when he gives his AoE. But yeah, maybe some more ways to allow him to scale a little bit better.
Yeah. I mean, that is definitely one of the things. And don't you worry, everyone. I know. Maybe. Okay, would you say ML Karin is kind of your number one who you want buffed right now, or is there someone else?
We're
Is there
back
someone?
on this again, yeah.
Yeah. Is there someone else you want higher on the list of wanting buffs? Okay.
ML Haste.
Oh, I have been seeing ML Haste a lot more.
I heard some people, 4 stars as well. Fire Sermia. Okay,
'Cause
Tristan.
red-
Okay, Tristan.
Okay.
I think someone earlier actually said Blue Zerato.
Oh, I saw that a while back.
Yeah. Spez, Blood Moon Haste, Ken.
Green Cartusia followed by Wow. Okay, so Green Cartusia and then ML Haste.
I see we have priorities. Blue Zerato's been buffed 3 times.
Oh, really? I have not.
I don't actually know, actually.
Where's the Celestial Meru? Yo, people, the
Celestial
real
Merit,
ones
yeah.
know.
I have only 2 copies of Celestial. I need to imprint mine.
But yeah, so okay, I am seeing ML Haste a lot.
I'll write that down. Yeah, definitely a lot of ML Hastes. I think some people were saying. Let's see, Spez. Spez got buffed recently, though, right? What is it? Martial Artist Ken, I think, right?
Yep. I mean, ooh, this is also controversial. Okay, but I'm on the community side with this one. Martial, like ML Ken technically had a bit of a rework where, like, you know, he did have a change, you know, but the community saw it as not a good change.
Was it the guaranteed crit thing?
It was like the F-res or something. It's like it was some sort of change with F-res.
Gotcha. So his passive got F-res, I think. Is that what happened?
Yeah, something like that. It was a push.
So it used to be a push and now it was F-res. Interesting.
Something like that.
Yeah, because I remember when they changed the properties of guaranteed crits versus the anti-crit, right? It would always hit. It wouldn't be a 50-50 anymore. And I think that was technically a martial artist Ken buff, but yeah.
Yeah. They the sisters.
Yeah, the Wyvern, or not, Banshee sisters, right?
Banshee
yeah.
sisters. But yeah, okay, ML Haste, or ML Haste,
definitely ML
ML
Haste.
Karin are people's tops right now. I have to admit that I really love how the community will band together behind one unit, like, at a time.
Oh, yeah.
Because before that, it was Arunka. Before Arunka, it was Ilyanov. I mean, Ilyanov was kind of for a really, really long time,
Definitely
of like
was
overall.
a long burn.
I think Senya was one of the ones that people were asking for in a really big community setting.
That's right.
Let's see. Those are who I can kind of like remember off the top of my head that people have been asking for, and I think it's.
Well, also Ken. Regular Ken, right? Fire Ken.
Ooh, I know. This is a long, long time ago when normal haste,
Fire Haste. Yeah.
Fire Haste was kind of on the top of people's lists. But yeah, so yeah, I just wanted to see who the community wanted to kind of
just out of curiosity, right?
get behind. Okay, so we want ML Haste, we want ML Karin, ML Ken if possible.
A lot of ML.
Yeah. Ooh, okay, yeah. And then we saw some people asking for 3 stars.
Yes.
Right? The
Some more
Banshee
specialty changes.
sisters. Specialty changes.
Specialty changes are always great. Who would you guys want to see as a specialty change?
Ooh.
I'm on the train with the Banshee sisters still.
Banshee sisters.
Yeah. I think Requiem Rowana would be a fun specialty change.
Ooh, Gloomy Rain.
Gloomy Rain, yeah. See, all my Requiem Rowana fans, thank you.
Hustle, that would be kind of sick.
SC Hustle.
Mm-hmm.
SC Aether, what? I guess, yeah, Aether is 3-star, that's right. But Guider's 4-star.
Ooh, Penelope.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Melanie and Helen, yeah. Missy Ching, all fun choices.
Yeah.
Ooh, Talaz, one of the newer 3-stars.
That would be kind of cool.
That would be cool to see one of the new ones, yeah.
Specialty change. I think I saw someone say, "Don't specialty change Marissa," and then another person say, "Specialty change Marissa."
Do it, but don't. So do I just like write it and then cross it out, or
like maybe like a check mark and then an X?
I'll write half of it.
Yeah,
so,
you know.
Okay, perfect.
So yeah, moving on. You know, we just talked about Karin, and then I do want to talk about Abigail and last piece Karin. I know there was a lot of hype with last piece Karin, but I guess just like right now with how the meta is, it's kind of hard to see her.
It can be. I think she, with her increased hit chance, is great against evasion units like Assassin Partuja. But yeah, a lot of people are saying needs really good gear. I see a lot of them as openers, definitely like up high, but I love her design.
Yeah, I mean, you know, the S3 animation looking like a, you know, looking like a certain anime.
Thing. We're not gonna say anything.
I'm just saying.
Awesome design though.
Yeah.
And just the idea of like you've got one shot or like you got 3 chances to make something happen with her, and then, not beginner friendly, shines well with the right gear.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, yeah, she's a great unit for people who can kind of afford to, in the sense of your molas, you know, the gear requirements and
parties, yeah,
all of that. So yeah, she can be great. I feel like more in like the top level, whereas for, you know, people like me,
like us,
right? Not that I have her, I don't have her, unfortunately, not yet. But you know, when I pull her, she's probably just gonna be sitting pretty in the little
in the lobby,
in the inventory.
I was about to say,
you know?
if you say waiting room, I'm gonna
I'll
be upset.
After the bloom changes, I have plenty of space in my inventory. Okay, I just don't have the gear. She'll probably be sitting at level 5 for a long time for me personally.
You know how it is. I think my favorite thing though is that she actually inadvertently smack talks Bloodblade Karin.
Oh.
Because she talks about how, you know, there are people who believe in magical swords that grant powers. And she's just like, I've got my sword, nothing else matters.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Bloodblade is like, you know, she had a cursed sword that gave her powers.
Yeah. But yeah, moving on, let's talk about Abigail. You know, our next vampire sort of character. And I mean, I think her mechanic is really cool, right? She kind of will help out the unit where it's like you take a fatal hit, but you're not gonna die.
Yeah.
Because she'll give up some of her own life, which is funny because she's a vampire.
It is funny, yeah. I think that Abigail works really well if you say that, you know, mine doesn't dodge, or, you know, mine gets hit all the time. My Add-in or my Violet, right? So you toss him in the back, and Abigail's like, I got you, don't worry.
I got you, you'll be alive. And I'll give you a little bit of vampirism, so
a
that
little bit
way
of powers.
You can get some health back. Weak to yeah, I mean, it's nice to have units that aren't too incredibly strong right off the gate, right?
Out the gate, yeah.
Overall, she's a solid unit for what she is trying to do.
Yeah. And that can be really fun to work with. But yeah, I think that she doesn't hold someone at 1 HP, right? Where kind of like Briar, even if she has unbuffable, she just won't get the immortality buff, right?
So it's really nice new mechanic that we're introducing, and I hope we get to see more new ways to incorporate new mechanics.
Yeah.
right?
I want to see more like that, definitely. Just a lot of variety and like having these specialists, right? I think we've been seeing a lot more of that, especially as time goes on, right? You have Arunka, who's like very built around piercing berries. You have Abigail, who's now about sacrificing her own health to keep someone else back. It's cool.
Yeah, and we are gonna be at that time of the stream where I do want to release the survey.
Survey time.
If you are new here, our survey, if you fill it out correctly, will be the way you receive your 3 leaves and 300k gold today, okay? So make sure to fill out the survey. And please, please, please answer truthfully. I have a few questions in there this time that would be really, really helpful for me, okay?
Very helpful.
That would be very helpful.
And it's
So
Hunt Pop
please.
this weekend, so free leaves. Gotta get them.
3 leaves.
Need them.
And the burning passion packs.
Oh yeah,
Burning passion packs. Why does that sound wrong? But it is right.
it is correct.
It's correct.
I'm a modest free to play, so I take every leaf I can.
And Robert, I know Abigail has avoided you this time, but I hope you get her randomly in a covenant pull.
Very soon, or on one of those elemental pulls. Right?
Ooh, or an elemental pull. Okay,
She'll come
I
by.
am wishing you luck.
All the best.
Oh yeah, I mean we'll talk about that in a little bit. 2 times speed. It's
Indeed.
But yeah, I mean really quickly, I also want to talk about Requiem Rowana.
Yes.
You know, she's not out yet. She comes out next week.
Next week.
Very excited. And I want to get your first impressions, your first thoughts, right? Because she is the very first unit that, you know, is
Literally 0 speed builds, right?
pretty much.
Yeah.
Where she kind of, in a way, debuffs herself, right?
Yeah. Because what she does is that all the combat readiness she gains by speed is halved. So she's already, like, if you build her like 300 speed, she's only going to be moving like she's 150. Right?
Yeah, she's moving very slow. But a version without the... Whoa! You don't like eye patches?
I feel like
I love my eye patch characters.
I think it really plays into her character too. Just kind of like, the eye patch just kind of like shows part of that dark personality. So I think it works really well, but...
Yeah, I mean, we'll have to see a little bit more when she comes out in Runway Fighter. I'm assuming we'll get a little bit more, right, backstory on that. But yeah, I mean, she also brings in kind of a new mechanic where she basically has no speed, but has the same amount of speed as the front unit.
Yes.
So if you have a fast front unit, she's gonna be going pretty often.
Or a fast cycling unit. Not
Yeah.
necessarily all about her being super fast. Just
Exactly.
about how fast that other person cycles. You know, there's plenty of characters who do get plenty of CR push, right? Like anyone who has extra attacks using certain, like Alencinox's Wrath, right? You'll see them cycle pretty fast, or someone who has a speed buff, right? It's gonna be really interesting.
But you also have to remember, if the front unit is taken out, defeated, then she's slow as a snail.
Yep. It's gonna be very
Yeah.
interesting to see what happens with that, because like, either I think a lot of people are gonna go for a bulky, fast opener, or they're gonna have a stealth unit, right, to make sure they stay there. It's gonna be pretty interesting to see what happens.
Oh yeah. You take Flitica or Para, and then you want Guiding Light or a Stealth.
Something like that, or or maybe like a very bulky built Celius or a Stenny maybe. There's a lot of options. So, you know, what are you guys thinking about in terms of how you'll work with them?
Yeah, and I mean, I see pretty unit. I will try and summon.
I think so too.
That is me. I think I am 30 or 40 away from pity.
Okay, I think I'm 50 right now. So I'm slowly building up my mystics, playing every guild war I can.
Yeah. I think the last ML unit that I actually summoned off like the Mystic banner was Zeo.
Really?
It was a while ago.
What was the last one I summoned for? Actually, that's a good question.
I was trying to pull for LRK, but I think I'm just gonna go for Rowana.
I think the last one I actually pulled was Conqueror Lilius, now that I think about it. It's been a long time since I've pulled on that banner.
That was a while ago too, huh?
Yeah, it was back in January.
What is everyone else's last ML pull?
Yeah, what did you guys pull from your last MLs?
I'm seeing someone say it was like 9 months since their last ML. Yeah, it was
3 ML Bolognas? One off of Covenant? Alright. Alright.
Okay, Luxac. Okay, Luxac, you
Alright,
look
Luxac.
here. Okay? You gotta share that with the class. Share it with
Did you
the
bring
class.
enough for everybody?
Did you share enough?
Bologna, TML, Balloony.
Oh, ML Celine. I don't have ML Celine.
Ooh, just one tap. Agree.
Not wrong.
Your 5th strays? I don't even have one. That's where mine are going. Goodness. I just
The survey
got-
link
oh
is
my gosh.
also pinned to the top of the chat.
I
just
just got
letting you
my
know.
Watcher Sherry, like my first Watcher Sherry, like 2 weeks ago. So.
3 away from pity. You'll for sure get her. Guaranteed.
Oh, you know
Bye.
what? It was Custom Mystic. That's what it was, because I got a Ravi. That's what it was. That's when I came back. Or my last one.
Your third ML5 and buy. You know how many ML5s, how many ML5 dupes you need to have to buy 3?
It's 4,
From
right?
the shop?
You need 4 ML5 dupes, I think.
That's 12.
Is it really 12?
No, I'm saying
No.
in total.
Oh, that's 12.
Like
yeah,
in
you pulled
total.
12. Oh my
Like
goodness.
a lot. You need a lot.
Do you know how many I bought from the shop? 0. I've only got 30 coins.
Same. Oh, you know what? I did get ML Bologna.
Oh.
I guess I did get ML Bologna. Fair.
Fair enough.
But people with so much luck.
Oh, you
Must be
lucksackers.
nice.
Yeah.
Must be nice.
Must be nice.
Yeah, so you know what? Let's enough PvP talk. Okay? Enough PvP talk. And let's move on to non-gameplay. I got ML Bologna. Yeah. Sluggles. I'm assuming that's how you say your name. Here's the thing. I have 3 Bolognas. Normal. I have 3 SSBs. I have no normal Bolognas. I have 3 SSBs.
I have 1
Okay.
Bologna.
And I have 1 Melona.
You could share
I could
one with
have
me.
more.
You could share one with me too. I don't have one. Skill issue.
You got TML, but you're trying to get. Oh,
SBs,
LPK. Oh, okay. For a second, I thought it was like a typo with LRK, but
So many,
yeah, I have 3 SSBs, but I have 2 of them built. Yeah.
Told you
So-
Malona would stick.
I love the name Melona.
It's really good, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, for non-gameplay, I want to talk about the recent QOL changes, specifically the summon animation.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I've got enough dupes to buy 5 ML5s from the shop. 5.
That's amazing.
Wait, okay, but then again, it could mean they're just like getting dupes and not getting the ones
The
that
new
they
ones
want.
they want, right? But it also could be like, I don't know, 5 Celiliuses,
Yeah.
you know?
Sorry, I just saw that and I just had to make a comment on that.
New summon animation.
But yeah, so the new summon animation, great. I think it's nice, but
But
I do miss like not being able to skip if it was a 5, like if it's a new unit.
I did like that, like if you like were tapping through and it's like, wait, I can't skip. Wait, I can't skip,
Yeah.
right? And then, but there are fun fake outs still,
Yes,
which
but
is great.
yes, but
That's
because I miss the tap, you know? Because here's the thing, you push the skip button and it skips everything.
Yeah.
It skips everything. Okay.
I think what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna, whenever I see either like a purple glow or like a golden glow, I'm just gonna stop. I'm just gonna be like, okay, let's see how it is. Okay. But I really do like the new animation. It feels like a crime to skip it. Yeah.
True.
Yeah. I think it might be interesting if there was, because I don't know how the animation system works, but I think it might be interesting if there was a toggle for, say, lower power devices to use
yeah.
minimal animations, right?
True, because having that animation is great, but I'm sure it's a battery sucker.
It could a little bit. I mean, I don't know anybody who like spends 10 hours polling, but you know, just as a consideration.
Oh, there's no dialogue anymore either?
Yeah, no Biblio or Biblio, they don't show up, right?
Yeah.
My phone can't even run
sad.
E7 anymore either. Oh.
Oh no! It's okay, maybe, you know, they'll come out with a way so you can run it smoother.
On more higher power devices perhaps that are more accessible.
Yeah.
We'll see.
But yeah, and I mean, someone brought this up a little bit earlier, but when we have the adventure background battling and side story background battling again, and it counts. It counts for your daily reputation
Which
now.
is huge. Being able to farm side stories and then watch my daily rep go up, it's just like, thank you. How you can get the 3-star initial glow, but sometimes it can. Oh yeah, so the fake outs, right? Yeah, those are pretty cool.
Those are pretty cool. Yeah, and the 2x speed.
Oh, yeah.
Right now, from the stove post, it said that should be later this month is the kind of what is it?
TBD.
TBD.
Yeah.
Right, TBD. And they did show us a little bit of a preview of what it'll look like. But yeah, I mean, TBD on the exact date. Okay, when we know you know, when you know we know. Okay,
Yep.
we find out the same time as you.
Also, I think one thing a lot of people do like too about the changes to reputation is that you can now say, instead of just doing 5 adventures, you can do up to 15 and get 3 boxes worth of daily reputation, which is nice. Or for someone like me who likes to spam flags sometimes in Flag Arena, it's like, wow, okay, I've just filled out half of my daily reputation for not only for the event, but also just for my rep rewards, which is great.
Yeah. Ooh, this is also one of my favorite changes is the runs don't stop even if you have full gear or heroes
So nice.
up to a certain amount.
Yes, I think what happens is that once you go to restart your background battling, it tells you have to rearrange stuff, right? You have to delete everything. So when I was farming over the weekend for AP buff, right, it was just like I would leave it, I'd come back at around the same time as always, be able to just start it again, and then if I was filled with 41 gear, it would just tell me, hey, go ahead and just clear that out, and we'll go right back again. And then if it fills up again, then doesn't matter. Just have to wait until it's over.
What if we don't know what you don't know? Exactly.
What if you don't know what we don't know, what you don't know that we don't know?
Yes.
Yes.
So the 2x speed it's just like a new thing that's going to be added where it moves the game in like a faster speed.
Yes.
Okay. People were talking about it. I've seen kind of like Reddit comments and stuff, and it's basically like when you look at it visually, it doesn't really look insanely faster, right? It doesn't feel that much faster, but overall, when you put it all together, it is a lot faster.
So the main parts, and I actually watched over the footage again, the biggest thing that's changed is all of the in-combat animations are sped up, except for cinematic animations. So once a S3 or say a focus skill procs, right, then it will revert back to normal speed, play the full cinematic, and then go back into the speed up. So, I mean, regardless, a speed up is great. Yeah, people are saying for hunts. I have a team that doesn't really use many cinematic S3s. Like, it literally just uses 2, and then it just runs to the rest of the battle. So, being able to cruise through the rest of the hunt is really nice.
Yeah,
I'm really excited
definitely.
for it.
Yeah, I am very excited as well. I mean, it should affect background battling in a positive way because it's just making the battle go faster, right? But yeah, I know I'm seeing people saying, "Yo, we need more burning passion packs. We're gonna need more leaf packs. We're gonna need more stamina in general."
Yes, sir. Could always use more stamina.
Yeah, and as Tala is saying, if you do the weekly question, the weekly and the weekly surveys, easy leaves.
Easy free leaves. Just by giving your feedback like you are right now.
And the weekly question can be found in our official Discord. Okay, go to the Discord server and you can find that there.
Yeah.
And I was there was a video that was saying how you can get like up to 700 stamina a day.
Yeah.
From like, you know, collecting from your friendship, collecting from using your conquest points, just a lot. Okay, you can do it. I believe in you.
I believe in all of you, and also watching your 5 ads, right?
So 85 gear that can't be upgraded is because it is probably from the.
Is it Abyss?
It's either Abyss gear or the oh my goodness, in the guild you do it. I am forgetting the. Oh my god,
in the guild.
The big monster.
Oh yeah, from
the big monster.
World Boss, you mean?
World Boss, yes.
You can't turn that into 90 gear?
I don't think so.
I think I have.
I know Abyss for sure. World Boss, because I remember I had lifesteal gear from Abyss that I couldn't.
Really?
No, I thought it was World Boss.
No, it's just normal hunt gear.
Oh. There was something where I couldn't.
I'm just gonna say Mandela effect and just push that aside. But I do know, I think it's probably Abyss.
Oh, yeah.
It might be Abyss gear.
Abyss gear, yeah, okay. Because I remember I had a really, really nice lifesteal piece for my Stene and I couldn't upgrade it, and I was like wondering, I thought there was like a bug.
That was probably the 85 lifesteal gear then.
Yeah. I thought it was a bug, and I was like sending in a support.
Please, it's broken.
Okay, this was me when this was like kind of when I was still new, right? And I was like, oh my god, I sent in a support ticket saying I can't upgrade my gear. Is there something wrong? And they're like, oh, it looks like it was like Abyss gear, so you can't upgrade it.
I think it's because it's lifesteal gear, but the gear type is the Wyvern. It's got the icon for the Wyvern gear.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I was really sad. I was so sad.
Still haven't upgraded that one.
But yeah, also, I mean, since we were talking about like battle speed, I want to like hear your like first impressions. I know some people were saying it's really good. I know I have seen some people saying we need it faster, but you have to understand that people have been asking for this change for a really long time.
Yeah.
This change has been asked for a really long time, and we are now getting it.
Yeah.
And I think anything faster though, I feel like it would hurt kind of like the integrity of the game in the sense of the animation, right?
I mean, yeah, our entire slogan is play the animation. How many of you watch anime at 3 times speed? And be serious about that, right? Think about that for a second. How many of you will watch through your favorite action anime and be like, yeah, no, I watched it at 3 times speed, right? Exactly, right? So if you play 3 times speed, if you watch your anime at 3 times speed, I don't know what to say to you, right? But that's, I think, what it's part of it. It's about keeping that, you know, watching, playing the anime, right? So keeping it, maybe some people might be able to be like, you know, I got 15 minutes, I'll just watch, you know, on 2 times speed. But, you know, you'll slow it down during the cool action scenes, won't you, right? That's kind of the entire idea, right?
I'm sorry, I've never watched any of my anime at a faster speed. I
don't either.
I watch everything else. Like, I watch my YouTube videos and I watch all my other videos, even like normal, like American TV shows or even my Korean dramas. I will watch that in 1.5.
Sure.
Maybe 2. But anime?
Yeah.
That's blasphemy. Okay, blasphemy.
That's all I'm saying.
So, I mean, talking about, you know, different QOL changes, what would people want to see in the future? Also, you want a Korea drama recommendation real quick? I'll give you one. Attorney Ace Woo.
Attorney Ace. As opposed to flipping those two around.
Ace Attorney. No. Attorney Woo. Attorney Woo. Yeah, that's a good one.
293 units in E7, 300 unit slots. Stick storage, where they can't.
Yeah.
Okay.
Permanent free unequip.
Free unequip, we hear that a lot.
A lot.
Oh yeah. Expedition. Oh, I know exactly what you're trying to say.
Same. Mine disappeared too.
The way that you circumvent that, you go to your hunt screen and your expeditions tab will be always there. Just saying. But QOL stands for quality of life. So things that can improve your general Epic 7 experience.
That isn't necessarily like unit related, balance related, stuff like that.
More reputation quests, extend them. Okay.
But yeah, okay, so we are getting to that time of the stream.
Indeed.
But before we go, I do want to give out some Sky Stones, okay? And so I will be giving 250 Sky Stones to someone from YouTube. Gimmick will be giving 250 Sky Stones from someone on Twitch.
Chat.
Okay, and so YouTube, I will make this pretty easy. The first person to tell me any 3-star unit
Pause.
that is Earth. Any 3-star Earth unit. The first one. Talus is ice.
Talus is indeed ice. Yes, Twitch chat, you're doing great.
Christy,
JR.
So JR, if you could please message me on Discord your in-game name as well as your server. And I will get you those 250 Sky Stones.
Yep. And if you don't know our Discord, it is just official Epic 7. So discord.gg/official Epic 7.
Yeah, and I just show up as Luka, okay?
Yep, at the very top. So.
Yeah, real quick over on Twitch.
Yes. So I'm gonna make it a little bit harder. See if you guys know me pretty well. Twitch chat, tell me who my favorite Soul Weaver is.
Elson. Soul Weaver.
I'm gonna give it to Max Relax for Momo. That's correct.
Yeah.
Max
Does it
Relax,
matter that
168.
it's normal Momo?
I'm okay with that.
Okay.
I like default Momo as well.
Okay. So remember, message me on Discord, your in-game name and server, so we can get you those 250 Sky Stones, okay?
Yep. Click that link right above your message.
And make sure to fill out the survey for your 3 leaves and 300k gold.
Yes, always
Fill it
do
out now. Next week, we are having Orbis Overdrive. We do have a guest that you know, that both on YouTube and Twitch, or at least I think so.
Is it me?
We'll see.
I see.
We'll see. But yeah, we'll see you guys next week. Bye.
Bye.